Good afternoon, Needham staff. A quick video to accompany today's Bulldog Bulletin on Needham News. Thank you very much for all the hard work you've put in over the last 3 days and the many days prior to that. I just know that the last 3 days counted. So thank you very much for that. I know there were some technical glitches and lots of questions as we get into this opening of school in the COVID era. And there continue to be questions and continue to be opportunities that we make adjustments and try to improve what we're doing. So we'll take it one day at a time and see how things go. I'm sure we'll make adjustments to our schedule and different things like that, but we're going to do the best we can this first day of school on Monday. A couple of things on the Bulldog Bulletin. Master schedule's on there. Lunch count for week 1, which you can actually do like just one day at a time at this point, but we'll do Monday. Lunch and breakfast count. That way we can get breakfast into your classrooms before kids get there on Monday morning. Needham's typical transportation. So I know when we called parents, we asked them about their transportation mode. There's a sheet there. Feel free to use that or your own, but an adult will come to your classroom on Monday, and we'll put bracelets on kids to give them an indication of which bus they ride home, if they're car riders or if they are Cub Care. I had some questions about practicing different things because Champ says practice, 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 right? So some people would ask about how can you practice doing like even a bus for kids who are going to ride the bus. We've got a plan to do practice when we come to do the classrooms for the bracelets. We're going to take the car riders and walk them down to the car rider area and show them. We're going to take the Cub Care kids, walk them down to the cafeteria and show them about sitting in the cafeteria. And please feel free to utilize part of your day on Monday to practice bus. Practice what with most of your kids are going to ride the bus anyhow. So if you want to take your kids out to the bus and just show them, they could get on, they could have a seat. You'll be able to space that out, one per seat on the bus, and review those expectations of what expectations would occur on a bus, which is staying in your seat, staying out of the aisle, hands and feet inside the bus, listening to your bus driver. I mean, you know those common things that you would expect. It's a classroom on wheels is what I tell kids. So there's a sign-up sheet there. If you'd like to take your kids out to the bus, it will be out there. And we'll have a little spray bottle so it could just quickly be wiped. The seats could be wiped clean upon leaving that area. A few other items on the Bulldog Bulletin, but hopefully Mrs. May and myself will be available to just support classrooms next week as we get rolling. I did get to experience this COVID thing as a parent. Not that Rylan has COVID, but he had that runny nose just enough, that we're like, well, we've got to treat this with the expectation of how a parent would react. With Megan and I both being in education. So with his runny little nose and a little bit of a cough, I took him to the doctor. The doctor said, really the state guidelines are, since he has a runny nose and a little bit of a cough, he's got to stay home for 10 days. Unless he would have a different diagnosis like strep throat. So there's really no other way to disprove COVID. So he did get a COVID test. He got a swab, and really that doesn't do him any good at all because it's only 70% accurate, they said. So he will miss the next 10 days of his school, including weekends. So he only misses 5 more days. And then him being presumed a negative COVID test, then that would obviously clear Megan and I, even though right now there are no restrictions because his symptoms are not significant enough to indicate that he has COVID. So we're playing it safe, but we're also playing it how we would expect others to play it. So I always think that I should be the model of what the school should be. So if you have symptoms, or if somebody in your family, immediate family that you've been around, has those symptoms, please act responsibly and do what's best for us. It might not be best for you right at the moment, but it's going to be what's best for Needham, the Needham community, the Franklin community in the long run, and in this case, the Brown County community. So I apologize for not being there today. I really wish I could have been. I did get to participate in a few meetings with some folks. The Needham Pledge is set based on the feedback I got back. It was positive. People liked that new opportunity for the Needham Pledge, so I've included it here, and it will be our new pledge starting on Monday when I make a video announcement that will include it. The Needham Pledge. At Needham, we are kind. We keep trying. We include others. We never stop learning, and we do our best. I'm excited. Mrs. Moore and Mrs. Jepson worked to help create that based on some input, and I just think it's going to be great. I think it really sums it up pretty quickly about our expectations at Needham. And then the student response protocol, which I've mentioned already a few times, I included that in the Bulldog Bulletin today. See you all Monday, bright and early, ready for our Bulldogs. Have a great weekend.